Back in the paddock with another look at Tuesday afternoon's racing here at Yonkers. We have 6 races going at the extended distance of 1.25 miles, full fields, and they're all trot races as always. We have with us 2014's leading driver at Yonkers Raceway, Jason Bartlett. Thanks for stopping by, Jason.
Thank you.
Jason's going to take a look at his drives. Obviously, Jason, being the leading driver, is very popular at the box, and we'll start with race 4, which is a non-winner's a $12,000 fare, and you're driving the 3, Explosive Action, who's making his third start off with a short break.
Yeah, you know, he's a good little horse. He not much gate speed in these races, so he kind of has to go, you know, how the race goes. So you got to drive him accordingly, how the race is setting up. And you know, he doesn't get the front too often. You know, he wouldn't on the front there one week, but you know, he's just you know, I just gotta pick and choose over how I do and how I drive him. So he's a good little horse, and he does close really well.
Yeah, and again, of course, driving from the 3-hole, you've got a few horses behind you. That's a full field of 12 in Tuesday's 4th race.
Yeah, so that's a little bit more complicated too, but he's a good horse. He can overcome that with the right trip.
All right, well, that's the 4th race. Ahead to the 5th race. It's a non-winners of $8,000 affair, $20,000 claimers, and you're going with one here, Masakaya, who you picked up a win with last Tuesday, starting from the 2nd tier. Last week he had the 2-hole. Tell us about him.
Yeah, he's a handy little horse. Last week he left out of there hard and got to sit, you know, I wanted the 2-hole behind the favorite, and he beat the favorite in the lane. Looks like here we got the trail in the 9, but the 1 can get out of there pretty good. So looks like we should be in a good spot here. The horse to beat is obviously number 2, dropping down, way down in class. Really nice horse, therapeutic. So try to get in front of him, maybe try to follow him too. So good little horse, handy. So I would say he's got a pretty good shot in there.
All right, and that's Tuesday's 5th race. In the 6th race, we have a non-winners of 4 parimutuel race, and this is a drive you picked up. It's Battle Image, who came in here from Canada last week and was, I thought, very impressive on the front end, winning against non-winners of $2,000, non-winners of 2 parimutuel company. What do you know about him?
I really don't know too much. I watched her race last week with George. Has a lot of gate speed. With the 8 here, she should be put her in contention. So you know, non was a 4, steps up a little bit, but not that tough of a race. I think she'd be good.
You try and get her in play again because of those trailers, especially.
Yeah, especially the trailers and everything. And she does. You know, George. I watched the replay with George last week. He crossed straight over with her, so she has good gate speed and she was manageable after. So looks like it'd be in a good spot.
To the 7th race, where as usual, you have a lot of choices. A lot of times when the box is filled, you're on a few, and you had a choice of 2 here. You had a choice between the 2 Elin and the 10 Meadowview Arnie, and you went with the 2 Elin, who's just 2 for 41 in 2014-15, but she takes a nice drop here.
Yeah, she's just a sweetheart. She does everything right. You know, I love driving her. She can leave. She can, you know, do anything she wants to do. She's just a good little horse. And you know, her dropping in class, I thought, you know, she was in a good spot there. That's why I chose her.
Okay, and that's the 7th race, the 8th. This time, not so lucky with the post. You're all the way on the outside with the 10 with Do It for Annie. What about her?
Yeah, trailing. You know, following the 2 here. You know, the one has good gate speed, Celebrity Blue Chip. She has, you know, good gate speed, but we ain't gonna use much of it there with the 10-hole. So, you know, just gonna have to see how this race plays out early. That's the only thing I can really say about her.
Okay, and let's go to the final of the 1.25 mile events, and we have here an interesting race, I think, in that you had a choice of 3 in this race, and you went with the 5 in here. I got to keep on moving. It's a 12-5 claimer, and it moves into the barn of Heidi Roar, who we've had a lot of success. The Bartlett Roar combination has been very tough here at Yonkers. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, you know, I chose them. I drive, you know, 90% of Heidi Roar's horses, so kind of just, you know, stuck with them in this position. Don't know much about the horse. I'll probably watch a replay or a few. Shows, you know, half-mile racetrack, so I'm not really concerned about that. You know, don't know much about it, so I'm gonna have to look at a replay and go from there. But you know, she has a decent shot, I would think.
Well, and obviously, is this the kind of thing you would be talking with Heidi Roar before the race about the horse?
Yeah, I want to talk to her and you know, see what they want to do, see how they like. You know, I'm sure they've trained it and everything, and find out what they know about it since they've had him.
Well, thanks for coming by, and good luck on Tuesday.